Greetings to all of humanity, especially my brothers and sisters at the Tolex Assembly in Trinidad and Tobago, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also to all the followers of William Branham all around the world. Greetings to you, and I'm reaching out to you just to remind you that the message of William Branham had two sides, that it had the exoteric and the esoteric. The esoteric is the more inner understanding of the message, and the outer have to do with the exoteric. But before I go any further, I want to let you know what is the basis of my teaching. The basis of my teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. And that the Bible was written symbolically. And that it has no reference to anyone who existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that took place upon earth thousands of years ago. From Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, it's all a great psychological drama. It all deals with the human psyche. Now, you might say to me, you sound like a crazy man. You sound like a madman. How could you say that? Now, I'm giving you the opportunity to prove that I am mad, that I am crazy, and that I do not know what I am speaking about. If you can tell me of one thing that was done in the Bible, whether good or evil, that wasn't for us mental, or for us psychological, or for us a thought, then I would like for you also to tell me of one thing, that a preacher, any part in the world, can preach. That must not for us be mental, or for us be psychological. Now, if the Bible is literal, or if the Bible is secular history, I have right here next to me a bottle of water. Why is it that no one who believes that the Bible is literal can turn water into wine? Yet they believe that this Jesus they're speaking about is within them in the form of spirit. Now, God is known by his characteristics. And that is what I really want to speak to you about. The very first message I would have listened to from William Branham was that message, God is known by his characteristics, which is teaching you a divine law or an immutable law that cannot be broken. And that law is that every seed and every species reproduce after its kind. And also, when you come to realize that psychologically, you are creating your reality, you're creating your personality, and that your thoughts is what is creating your reality or your personality. And you realize also that a thought is a vibrational frequency, and that everything you behold, its energy, vibration, and frequency. Then you would understand why that principle is in the universe teaching you that you cannot plant pumpkin and reap watermelon. No one can break that law. So let's be practical for a moment. Now, if there was a literal man who existed 2,000 years ago with special powers to turn literal water into wine, and I would have written a book called How to Turn Water into Wine, I encourage you to get a book and read it and get the full understanding of the Bible psychologically. Now, if you could have turned literal water into wine, and you could have walked on literal water, don't fool yourself. If that same power is in you, you should be able to do the same thing. Because you cannot break the divine law of reproduction that every seed and every species reproduces after its own kind. Whatever life is in the seed, it must bring forth. Whatever life is in you, it must bring forth. Now, let me use Michael Jackson as a good example because he's known all around the world. If I have the life of Michael Jackson in me, I would sing, and I would dance. There's a great cricketer, a very famous cricketer from Trinidad and Tobago, named Brian Lara. If I had the life of Brian Lara in me, I would play cricket. Or if I have the life of Tiger Woods, I would play golf. And that same principle I'm using is what many times I would have heard the pastor and Saints and the Grenadines of the Tolex Assembly use all those principles. Even this law which I'm speaking about, William Brown spoke about this law, the divine law of reproduction, that every seed and every species reproduces after its own kind in the 7 Church Ages book. But my brother and my sister, what I'm trying to teach you is that everything was a thought. So the Bible was for us a thought. It was for us mental. It was for us imagine. Now if you say men wrote as they were inspired, I am speaking to you as I'm being inspired. I have written books. I have 9 books right now on the internet. And they all came and started from a thought. And these are the works that I have performed after leaving the Tolex Assembly, the message of William Branham, to show you that I've gone beyond the camp of organized religion. And I've come into a place of self-realization. And that is what I'm teaching. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. I'm encouraging you to look within yourself, to find the truth, and to find all the answers of life within yourself. Because everything exists in the human imagination. And God is man's imagination, the creator in man. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, if you believe that there is one God, and there is one Lord, and there is one creator, then you have to understand also that the only creative power that we use in this world is the power of imagining. Therefore, if the only creative power we use in this world is the power of imagining, then God, the creator, is your imagination. And when you learn how to use your imagination, you can create your reality consciously. And I teach people all around the world how to do that consciously. So in this world that we are living, some people are creating their reality unconsciously, and some are creating their reality consciously. Some has come into religion mentality, and some has come into self-realization mentality. Now, for myself, the reason why I'm here actually speaking to you is because of the experience I would have had of the virgin birth, which is the birth from the skull, and not a birth from down here. And come to understand that the virgin birth have nothing to do with a literal woman named Mary who existed thousands of years ago. And understand the parable. The entire Bible is parable. It's allegory. Galatians 4:24 tell you even the story of Abraham and Sarah and Hagar, it's all an allegory. Now, my brother and my sisters, it is those who experience the born again experience, which is birth from the skull, where you become invisible. You are the ones who have been sent to tell of the invisible. That's why you say the wind blow wherever and you can't see it. That's how you will become. You become one with the wind. So my brother and my sisters, when you understand that everything is known by characteristics, you will realize that you can never check the laws of the universe. You can only fool yourself. Therefore, you have to realize that the devil represents negative thinking. And when it says that the devil is a fallen angel, you have to understand that an angel is a thought. Because an angel is a follower, a messenger, I should say, sorry. An angel is a messenger, and what brings message to you and from you, it is your thoughts. A disciple is a follower, and what follow you wherever you go, it is your thoughts. So the devil is referred to a fallen thought, and a fallen thought is referred to as the devil. Okay, so when you're living in your lower self, you're living in hell. You're living with the devil, okay, which is your lower self, your negative self. So everything is known by its characteristics. So if you have negative thoughts, you will express negative actions, okay? If you have positive thoughts, you will express positive actions, okay? And when you understand that, you understand that it takes thoughts to create money. And you understand that faith is being loyal to the unseen. You can't see it, but you believe it and you act towards that which you can't see, and you will manifest it. And that's why it tells you, and the word became flesh and we handle him. Now, had it been that our brother at the Toilets Assembly understand this kind of principle of creation according to Matthew 6:33, he would have been able to create not just 28 million, not just 30 something million. He will come to realize that he's a limitless being and he can create whatever he wants in this world. So with all of that being said, my brother and my sister, my battery is going low, so I'm going to come to a close here. But I want to let you know, hadn't it been that I would have awakened within myself like a fiery being, I would have heard the unearthly wind and ascended up on high and burst my crown chakra and became invisible. I'm sent to tell you the invisible. I wouldn't have been here speaking to you. And also, it has brought me to understand when it says, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, so shall the Son of Man be lifted up. And that was my experience. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, I always remind you that this message I bring to you, it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And when that happens to you, the single eye will open within you and your perception will be open and you will operate with a higher faculty because your IQ have come to another level. That's the reason why I always give you the symbol of the single eye and tell you, don't let anyone fool you and tell you it's any eye of any Lucifer or any wicked one. It is the eye of the living God within you where you have an awakened imagination. And when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N and S-O-N, and that is the dawning of a new day in your life. For the sun parallels the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun there is no life and there is no light, for the sun is the giver of all life. And without the human imagination there isn't anything made that was made. Also Psalms 84:11 tells you that the Lord thy God is a S-U-N, a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. The sun will never withhold its goodness from you. And also in Malachi 1:2 it tells you that the sun as in the S-U-N of righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his rings. That's why I'm bringing healing to all of humanity by pointing them to look inwardly to discover their true identity is their divinity. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.